Is the North Sea oil industry declining or transforming? The North Sea is one of the world's most strategically important offshore energy regions, bordered by the United Kingdom, Norway, Denmark, the Netherlands, Germany, and Belgium. Since the late 1960s, it has played a central role in supplying oil and gas to European economies, particularly the UK and Norway. This long history has created a mature but evolving industry. Operators now face declining reserves, volatile markets, and increasing regulatory and environmental pressures. These challenges have driven technological adaptation, enhanced recovery, digital monitoring, and infrastructure upgrades are extending field life, while new exploration targets more complex areas. At the same time, the energy transition is reshaping the region. Investments in electrification, carbon capture, and offshore wind are helping reduce emissions and align with cleaner energy goals. In this way, the North Sea remains a vital but transforming energy hub, balancing legacy production with a shift toward a lower carbon future. Production in the North Sea remains significant, though it has declined from its peak in the late 1990s and early 2000s, when output from the United Kingdom and Norway exceeded 6 million barrels of oil equivalent per day. As major fields matured, production gradually decreased. Today, output is lower but still substantial. The UK produces around 1 million barrels of oil equivalent per day, while Norway contributes roughly 2 million, maintaining the region's importance for Europe. This shift creates a more complex operating environment. Remaining reserves are harder to access, requiring advanced technology and higher investment. Operators are adapting their strategies in response. The focus has moved toward maximizing recovery from existing fields, using techniques such as enhanced oil recovery to extend field life and improve output. In this way, the North Sea continues to play a vital role in energy supply, even as production declines and operations become more demanding. The North Sea oil industry is highly sensitive to global oil price fluctuations, which directly affect investment, production, and long-term viability. This became especially clear during the 2014 price crash, when oil dropped from over $100 to below $30 per barrel, making many high-cost operations uneconomical. This volatility creates significant operational and financial pressure. With relatively high production costs and aging fields, many operators were forced to scale back investment, decommission assets, and reduce their workforce during downturns. In response, the industry adapted to improve resilience. As prices recovered, companies focused on efficiency, cost reduction, and optimizing existing assets to stay competitive in a volatile market. At the same time, external factors continue to shape the sector. Geopolitical tensions, the COVID-19 pandemic, and the impact of the Russian invasion of Ukraine have highlighted the importance of energy security while contributing to ongoing price instability. Governments have responded with supportive policies. In particular, the UK government has introduced tax incentives and streamlined regulations to encourage investment, especially in smaller or marginal fields. In this way, the North Sea industry remains economically important, but clearly operates in a mature phase, balancing declining production with policy support and operational efficiency in an unpredictable global market. The North Sea is at the center of Europe's energy transition, where the shift from fossil fuels to low-carbon energy is creating both challenges and opportunities for the offshore oil industry. This transition is driving a gradual decline in long-term oil demand. As countries pursue climate targets and reduce emissions, the profitability of mature regions like the North Sea is coming under increasing pressure. At the same time, the region has a strong advantage. Decades of offshore expertise, infrastructure, and supply chains can be repurposed for renewable energy. Major companies such as BP, Shell, and Equinor are already investing in offshore wind and low-carbon technologies. This shift is visible in projects like the Dogger Bank wind farm, set to become the world's largest offshore wind farm. In parallel, Norway is advancing carbon capture and storage, using depleted oil fields beneath the seabed to store CO2 emissions. The North Sea is therefore evolving into a more diversified energy hub. However, this transition brings challenges. Offshore wind requires large-scale investment and grid integration, while carbon capture technologies are still developing and not yet fully proven at scale. Looking ahead, the North Sea's future is defined by transition rather than decline, shifting from a traditional oil basin to a hybrid energy region combining hydrocarbons, renewables, and carbon management solutions. The North Sea oil industry faces growing environmental and security challenges, shaped by its long operational history and the changing expectations of modern energy systems. A major concern is environmental impact. Offshore drilling generates carbon emissions across extraction, transport, and refining, while the risk of oil spills remains a serious threat to marine ecosystems. Incidents such as the Piper Alpha disaster highlight the severe consequences offshore accidents can have for both people and the environment. These pressures have led to stricter regulation and industry adaptation. Governments have introduced tighter emission standards, pushing operators to invest in cleaner technologies such as platform electrification and improved energy efficiency. While these steps reduce impact, the core environmental challenges remain. At the same time, security has become equally important. Offshore installations face risks ranging from physical threats and piracy to cyber attacks targeting critical infrastructure. A successful cyber incident could disrupt production or even trigger environmental hazards. In response, companies are strengthening cybersecurity and surveillance systems to protect platforms, pipelines, and digital controls, ensuring operational continuity. Geopolitical factors also play a role. Events such as the Russian invasion of Ukraine have highlighted Europe's reliance on secure energy supplies and the vulnerability of global supply chains. Although the North Sea provides a key domestic source for countries like the United Kingdom and Norway, it is still influenced by global dynamics. In this way, the future of North Sea oil depends not only on economics and technology, but also on how effectively environmental risks and security threats are managed in an increasingly complex world. The North Sea is entering a period of transition, shaped by a mix of economic, environmental, technological, and geopolitical factors. While it remains an important source of oil and gas, its long-term future is becoming less certain. In the short to medium term, the region will continue producing hydrocarbons. Even as reserves decline and new discoveries become limited, existing infrastructure and location support ongoing output, with operators focusing on maximizing recovery from mature fields. This shift brings increasing attention to decommissioning. As more platforms reach the end of their life, removing infrastructure and restoring the environment will require major investment and careful oversight, creating both challenges and new opportunities. Looking ahead, the North Sea is set to play a key role in Europe's low-carbon transition. Its offshore expertise and infrastructure make it well-suited for renewable energy and carbon management projects. This is already visible in developments such as the Dogger Bank wind farm and carbon capture initiatives led by Norway, which are redefining the region's role. In this way, the North Sea is evolving from a traditional oil basin into a diversified energy hub, where hydrocarbons, renewables, and carbon storage coexist to ensure continued relevance in the future. The transition of the North Sea toward a low-carbon future will be complex and demanding. Renewable energy projects require significant investment, while technologies like carbon capture and storage are still developing and not yet proven at full scale. This challenge is reinforced by the industry's environmental legacy. Oil spill risks remain, and the safe decommissioning of aging infrastructure is essential to protect marine ecosystems. These pressures create a clear balancing act. Companies and governments must align economic viability with environmental responsibility and geopolitical stability. The future of North Sea oil will depend on how well these competing demands are managed. While the region is no longer the world's leading producer, it will remain an important part of Europe's energy system. In this way, the North Sea continues to serve as a dual-purpose energy hub, supporting oil and gas supply while advancing the shift toward renewable energy and a more sustainable future.